Exclusive news: Tottenham want to sign world-class defender for Postecoglou in January. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou could be set to add to his ranks in the winter transfer window, with a move for Feyenoord defender David Hancko, according to a report from TBR Football. The Slovakian defender massively impressed at Euro 2024 on the big stage. But it's been his performances in the Eredivisie that have attracted widespread attention, with reports in the summer suggesting that Arne Slot was looking to bring his former clubman with him to Liverpool. However, it appears that Tottenham have now joined the race. The report from TBR Football states that Spurs are looking to sign another centre-back in January, and with Hancko having impressed in recent years, especially against Erling Haaland in the Champions League earlier this season as Feyenoord drew with Manchester City, he has cropped up onto their transfer shortlist. Postecoglou has seen Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven and Ben Davies all face time out with injury this season, and that will continue into January, meaning that Radu Dragusin is acting as the only senior centre-back at the moment, whilst makeshift option Archie Gray has been playing alongside him. As a result, Hancko is one of the stars who Tottenham want, especially as a left-sided defender who can play as a backup to Van der Ven in the Premier League, and as a rotation option in all competitions, with Tottenham competing in the Europa League this season. His price tag would come at a cheaper cost than the £35 million touted in the summer, the report states. But with 3.5 years left to run on his contract, Feyenoord will be in no rush to sell their world-class star. Tottenham have reportedly also watched other defenders, including Bournemouth's Ilya Zabani, though he is only likely to be available in the summer. According to a recent report from one Spanish outlet, Tottenham are one of several clubs interested in Inter Milan star Marcus Thuram. Alongside the Lilywhites, the report has revealed that Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona and Arsenal are all keeping an eye on the French centre-forward. Unfortunately for Daniel Levy and Co, the competition isn't the only obstacle to getting their man, as the story claims that he'd cost a whopping £70 million. It would be an incredibly costly and complicated transfer to get over the line, but given Thuram's unreal ability, it is one worth pursuing, especially as he'd be an upgrade on Solanke. Now, if Spurs are successful in their pursuit of Thuram next year, it seems incredibly unlikely that he'd join the club and be happy to sit on the bench as a backup option. Therefore, even though he only arrived in the summer himself, Solanke would be in direct competition with him for a place up top in the starting lineup. But who would come out on top between the two forwards? Well, based on their pure output, the Inter ace comes out ahead, and by quite some way at that. For example, in just 20 appearances this season, the world-class Frenchman has scored 12 goals and provided 6 assists, equating to an incredible average of a goal involvement every 1.11 games. In contrast, the former Bournemouth star has scored just 7 goals and provided 4 assists in 21 appearances, equating to a decent but significantly less impressive average of a goal involvement every 1.90 games. Ultimately, Solanke is an undeniably talented striker who could go on to have a brilliant career for Spurs, but from practically every angle, Thuram looks to be a clear upgrade. Therefore, Levy and Co should do all they can to bring the French international to North London as soon as possible. Tottenham may want to go into the market for a new attacker in January, and according to Jamie O'Hara, there's a great option on the market right now. Jamie O'Hara suggested Marcus Rashford as a signing for Tottenham on social media. Indeed, the pundit says that Rashford is a top player at his best, and he wouldn't mind seeing him at Spurs. Rashford is ready to leave Manchester United, and a team like Tottenham could capitalise on that opportunity. As ever, Rashford proved to be a decisive topic online, and one fan claimed that Rashford isn't the type of player Spurs should be after. However, O'Hara argued back, claiming that Rashford at his best is a much better player than the Timo Werner. Rashford's stats in the Premier League are way better than Werner's. Werner has been heavily criticised this season, and while the same can be said for Rashford, at least Rashford has had higher highs. Indeed, at his best, Rashford was an unbelievable player who was scoring plenty of goals, but Werner has never had that sort of impact for either Chelsea or Tottenham. Of course, whether or not Rashford would go to Tottenham is another matter. Spurs and United historically don't do much business. Daniel Levy has a bad relationship with Manchester United after the Dimitar Berbatov saga more than 15 years ago. Levy frustrated United in negotiations with Berbatov, and since then there hasn't been a permanent transfer between both clubs. United wanted Harry Kane at one point, but they were reluctant to do a deal because of Levy, so they won't be so excited to start negotiations over a player like Rashford with Spurs. This would be an intriguing signing, but this isn't likely to happen. Tottenham have been linked with a move for the Chelsea midfielder Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. The 26-year-old joined Chelsea in July 2024, but he has struggled for regular game time at the London club. The player is yet to start a single Premier League game for Chelsea, and he has been linked with a move away from the club in January. According to Court Offside, clubs like Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester United, Aston Villa and Newcastle United are keeping tabs on his situation, and they could be willing to provide him with an exit route next month. The midfielder needs to play regularly at this stage of his career, and sitting on the bench at Chelsea is unlikely to benefit him. He would have expected to play more often when he joined the Blues. He was a key player for Enzo Maresca during their time together at Leicester City, but the Italian manager has not given him opportunities at Stamford Bridge. Tottenham could certainly use a creative midfielder like him who will chip in with goals and creativity. He is capable of operating as a box-to-box midfielder as well as an advanced central midfielder. Tottenham need more depth in the side during the second half of the campaign, and the 26-year-old would be a useful acquisition. It will be interesting to see if the North London club can secure his services for a reasonable amount of money. If Chelsea are unwilling to sell the player permanently midway through the season, a loan move could be ideal for the player as well. He needs to be playing regularly in order to get his career back on track. The 26-year-old clearly does not have a future at Chelsea, and it will be interesting to see where he ends up. He was heavily linked with a move to Tottenham before he joined Chelsea. That's it for today's update. If you like the video and want to keep up with everything Tottenham, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for our latest content. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and share it with other Spurs fans. Let's build our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!